Okay, this is Linus Wilson. Welcome. We're gonna look at my PC build, which is behind me, and then we're also gonna look at the endings for Cyberpunk 2077. I've already essentially finished this playthrough, but I'm going for the platinum, so I'm trying to get all the endings. You have to do all the different endings. In my first playthrough, I did the Pan Am's ending, right? I think that's the most popular one. And, I just didn't feel like doing a lot of extra stuff in my first playthrough. After 1.2, 1.3. For this one, is kind of more completionist, platinum run. And so I've also been doing a lot of XP farming. Seems like people are interested in that. That's kind of the hard thing to do. And let me see if I can find this online. We've had lots of stops and starts for this. Okay, yeah. Okay, so I can find it. The audio seems okay on my end. Let me share this with the people on Twitter. Okay, don't see anybody else here, so take it easy. Okay, we got a viewer, thank you. uh, Alright, so here's the PC build. We'll start with the PC build. Let me see if I can make the picture bigger, right? I'm going to take out the headset. I don't need the headset for this. So right now we've got the power supply, 1200 watts. We got the Z690 motherboard. That's for Intel 13th, 12th generation. I decided to go with the older motherboard because I just thought it would have better availability. It would be a lot less expensive. I didn't hear anything really good about the Z790s, so this is the overclocking motherboard. I'm going to get the overclocking 13900K. So that's the i9 for the 13th gen for the Raptor Lake CPUs. That's a 24 core processor. So from my use case, I think I am more CPU bound than GPU bound. I would have upgraded my existing 3080 10850K, except that's impossible, really. I guess I could just steal the 3080 from it. But in terms of the motherboard, it's got a non-standard motherboard. I think it has a 750 watt power supply, so I couldn't even really upgrade it without changing the power supply to a 3090. And I'm not sure that I had room in my case for a 3090 either. The HP Omen case is not particularly big, nor is it particularly Um, it doesn't have a lot of airflow possibilities in it. It only has a few fans. Compared to this baby here comes with 5 fans. We can add 3 more to the top very easily here. So that would get us up to 8 fans if we wanted to. In terms of the motherboard, I've decided to go. I'm not going to do hey, good morning, G-Dag. Good morning, the Irish Outlaw. In terms of the CPU, I'm not going to AIO cool it. So some of you may know that I spend a lot of time on boats, and boats have a lot of water pumps on them, and water pumps don't last forever, and so to have your PC subject to catastrophic failure based on a water pump failing, that sounds really bad to me. So I personally am going to go with the Noctua CPU cooler. I think it's the N15 UHD. Don't have that yet. We also don't have the CPU yet. That's ordered from Online, but the launch day is the 20th. My problems with the GPU launch, I think it was not that hard to get a 4090 on launch day. It was similar to getting a PS5 during the holiday season of 2021. So not 2020, but 2021. It was doable. There were shortage conditions in 2021, but it was still doable. And it was not anywhere as hard as getting a GPU in all of 2021. Now, in 2020, now you can get the 3090 for MSRP or far less than MSRP. You can get the 3080 for pretty close to MSRP, and then you can get 3090 Ti for half of MSRP. So no problem. So there's really no shortage conditions for the 30 series at this point. There is some shortage conditions for the 4090. I think there were several retailers. There was Newegg, there was B&H, there was Adorama, there was Best Buy sold some too, I think. Didn't get a lot of reports of the Founders Edition going up, and the Founders Editions are really the only ones that are being scalped for any profit margins, I think. So the fact that there aren't profit margins on those, I mean, it's above MSRP, but not enough that I don't think people are making any money. So basically, if you have too many of the 4090s for the AIBs, your best bet is just to return it. So I got one from Online. I waited 2 days. It was the Gigabyte. It was $1,700 instead of $1,600. I guess it's okay. I was okay with that if they shipped it, but they didn't ship it. So they went 2 days. We had no shipping. All the while, I had a GPU in my cart from B&H, didn't check out. And B&H is kind of the Chick-fil-A of PC parts suppliers. So if you frequent Chick-fil-A, you know that you can't buy a chicken sandwich on a Sunday, right? Because they're very religious management, ownership. Same thing with B&H, except it's instead of Christianity, it's the Jewish religion. So you're not going to get anything on Saturday morning from B&H. You're not going to get anything on Friday afternoon because that's the Sabbath. You're not going to get anything over Passover at B&H, right? And I forget the name of the holiday, but it's a really long holiday. And it went through the GPU launch until the middle of next week. And so it's not until the 19th they actually come back to work. So I have an order with B&H after canceling my Online 4090 order, and I don't know if that's going to go through or not. They did not say on their website that it was back ordered. They did not say it when I had the cart. They didn't say it when I checked out. They said it was back ordered after I checked out. So I don't know if maybe that's a function of the fact that they are not in the office, and so everything is called back ordered. But I don't know. Yeah. So I mean, I think it's just. I think my theory is that B&H back orders a ton of stuff. They don't want to have any inventory. They're in New York City. They don't have any inventory, and you just wait for it. And whenever it comes in, it comes in. So I'll probably end up canceling that order with B&H, but for now, I'm just going to keep it. I don't think I need a 4090. Like I said, I think that the task that I do, number one, I have a 1080p monitor. I don't plan to upgrade my monitor. I mean, maybe if I were going to get like a curved monitor and multiple monitors and do that setup, I just don't think I have the room to do that setup. And I don't have a lot of desire to do that. I'm okay with my 1080p monitor. So there's not a lot of performance uplift from like 3090 Ti to a 4090, right? I guess it's possible I could get the 4080, 16 gigabyte. Now they canceled the 12 gigabyte, which is good, right? That's the fake 4080. It's going to be the 4070. They haven't announced that yet. It's probably not the fake 4080, aka the 4070, which they unlaunched. It's probably going to come out in January, would be my guess, is when they launch it. They probably won't announce pricing and specs until January either. They're going to wait for RDNA to come out, RDNA 3. I'm not really interested in RDNA 3. Historically, its performance has been pretty bad on video editing, and which is what I would do, and other kind of productivity tasks or 3D tasks in terms of content creation. So I don't think I would be that interested in an RDNA card, just because I don't think it's not gonna perform as well as maybe a lower tier NVIDIA card. Now I think a lot of people kind of like really are down on NVIDIA, but then when you ask them, are you willing to buy an RDNA card, and they say no, they're not willing to buy an AMD card, because I do polls on my Twitter all the time to see what people think, and not many people really seriously consider a AMD GPU. I would have bought an AMD GPU during the shortage period if I could have got one, but I never could get one for a reasonable price. I definitely would have bought the 6900 back in the day for $999, and I tried several times to do it. I could not do it. I ended up buying a 3080 pre-built because I couldn't get a graphics card for a reasonable price. I had secured, after months of trying, I got like a 3070. The thing is, with GPUs in 2020 through 2021, all of 2021 more or less, you had to have a bot to buy a GPU. That all the GPUs were bought by shopping bots. That is, computer programs, and you needed a good shopping bot, because if you had kind of like a bad shopping bot, you couldn't get it. So really, your only chance to get it was like maybe a retailer where the bots don't go to. So Amazon is all botted up. Just like right today, yesterday we probably had about 15 reports of Amazon going live on that MSI card, right? That 4090 card, right? And the bots just swoop in, take it. You'll see it even if you're first there, like you're there within seconds of the notification, because the other guys are using bots to show it to you. Then you'll see add to cart button. You add to cart, can't add it to cart. If you can add it to cart, when you check out, it'll say it's no longer in your cart, right? So it doesn't matter when the bots are active on Amazon. So you basically have to go to other websites like Ann Online, Possibly B&H, which has fairly good bot protection, I think, because you have to do the press and hold. But then, B&H I think is really unreliable. I don't think people have bots on Adorama. Newegg is all botted up. Okay, so yeah, Irish Outlaw. Yeah, I don't think we're in. It's not as bad as like 2000 or early 2021 for the PS5. I really believe that the 4090 at MSRP is going to be in stock, right? Maybe not the Founders Edition, but the AIB cards are going to be in stock, and it's going to be easy to buy them. If not this week, probably before Christmas. That would be my guess. I don't think they're going to be in short supply through Christmas. I think that it's going to, or if they are in short supply, they're going to come up kind of daily, weekly, and there'll be opportunities. So I'm not too worried about it. I'm also totally willing to get a 3090 for the build. I'd even consider a 4080 16 gigabyte, but the issue is I think the 4080 16 gigabyte, the MSRP may go down fairly quickly, right? Because their whole justification for, the 16 gigabyte is the high-end 4080, and then that's why we can charge $1,200, which is similar to the 4080 Ti. Yeah. So I think they may drop the MSRP. I think also if you look at the polling, right? I think there are some high-end enthusiasts out there willing to pay over $1,000 for a card, but there's not a lot of them, and they probably mostly bought the 4090. So I don't know if there's a lot of people who are like, I would rather have the mid-range card for $1,200 than the top-end card for $1,600, right? There's just not a lot of people doing those $3,000 builds, right? And so, I think there's the top-end audience, and then there's kind of a more middle audience where we're looking at sub 3,000 builds, and I don't, I think. So if you're doing a 4090, it's $1,600 for the 4090, and then you add in tax. But we'll just say before tax, $1,600, and then you got a top end CPU. You're talking about $700, $600, right? And then you got your motherboard and your RAM. So you're probably in the $3,000 to $4,000 range for sure. And then if you're really splashing out and you spare no expense, you could get up to $5,000. But so that's kind of like the build cost on a 4090. You're talking about $3,000 to $4,000 if you're frugal on the other parts. So this is what I got. I got this 1250 watt power supply because the Gigabyte one that I originally ordered, which I canceled the order. It was rated for 1,000 watt power supply. I put this in the whole build in PC parts picker, and it said 851 watts, which is pretty close to the minimum recommendations of the Founders card. But some of those AIB cards are going to recommend 1,000, especially the ones associated with overclocking. The case that I got, I had to search kind of long time for the case. I would have got probably something a bit different than this. This is a relatively budget case though. This Antec with like a $15 sale, it was like $105, and so we can have 1, 2, 3. And it comes with 5 fans already. We could put 3 more on the top. So it's like AIO ready if you're going to do an AIO build. I'm not going to do that because I'm worried about the pump's failing. So so I might just put like extra fans if the motherboard supports it. I'm still kind of reading through the motherboard manual and absorbing it. And then and that's all I have right now. I'm going to start out with 64 gigabytes of memory, but kind of tempted to do like 128 right off the gate, but I kind of also want to test it first. The problem with not getting all the memory, all 4 sticks at once, is sometimes there are compatibility problems between the sticks. So one of the things you want to do with you probably want to wait on a lot of things until you get the motherboard or until you read the motherboard manual. It turns out this motherboard did not have a manual in it. You had to go online for it. So probably the case for all of them. So when you're shopping for motherboards, read the motherboard manual, and then you get and maybe they'll have a list of approved things. I did get the approved memory. This was not on the motherboard manual's list. This is an 80 rated gold power supply, but it wasn't on their list. And most of PSUs were not on the list. I think the PSU is going to be okay, but we'll see. Maybe that'll cause problems. That was only like $180 for a gold 80 power supply. I'd not heard of the brand before, but supposedly the PSU brands are, there's like 4 Chinese manufacturers, and then they all get rebranded, right? So, like, if you buy an EVGA power supply, it's probably the same power supply, or it may be the same power supply that MSI makes, right? It's just rebranded, right? So, I don't think you can really shop by power supply brand. What they put on the box. I think you have to really shop by how is it rating. Then maybe, I think Linus Tips has a forum on power supplies, but alright, so we'll start playing the game. Unless you guys have any questions on the PC build. So I'm waiting. On the 20th, we're going to get they'll start shipping. I don't know when we'll get it, but the launch day, the official launch day for the 139K Intel 13th generation, which is the CPU, the 24-core CPU we're going to get, that's not going to come until the 20th, and then at the earliest. And then I don't know about the GPU. We still have some time on that. We may go with the 4090. We may consider the 4080 16 gigabyte, which is launching, I think, November 16th. We may just get a 3090 or 3090 Ti. So I'd like to get a step up from the 3080, which I have, but I don't know if it has to be all the way to the 4090. Since I've started the process, I'm kind of like, okay, I'll get the 4090. But the price kind of matters to me. I don't think it's essential that you get the 4090. I don't know that it's going to make a lot of difference for my use case, but it might make a difference if I were 4K gaming and that was my primary use case. That would make a difference, especially for the games that I play. I play the kind of graphically intensive AAA games, but like I said, that's not my use case, and I often am playing. So the next game that we're going to play intensely is going to be we're playing this on the PS5. You can see the PS5 trophies. The next thing we're going to play intensely is the God of War Ragnarok, which is a PS5 exclusive. So, what I use the PC for is what I'm using for right now is to stream, to create videos, right? And sometimes I'll play games on the desktop PC, but yeah. All right, so it's good to have you here, the Irish Outlaw. All right, so we'll go through the trophies. So the one thing I messed up on this run was this Haywood trophy. Mean Streets. So I snuck into Act 2, so I was still... V was still in Act 1. We'd not completed the heist. We're farming in Pacifica primarily, but I kind of was wandering around, and I got shot at and stuff at one point in Haywood, and I saw like something to loot, and I just looted it, and it did have an exclamation mark. So I think if you're sneaking into Act 2, you definitely don't want to touch anything that has an exclamation mark. You can shoot the respawning gangsters and take their loot, but if you've got any item that has an exclamation mark, the devs at CD Projekt have not fixed the bugs enough such that you can sneak into Act 2, but if you touch anything in Act 2 that has an exclamation mark, the game will not update. So the game does not recognize that I had gotten that NCPD scanner objective, and so on this playthrough, which is kind of a completionist playthrough where I completed all the objectives in Haywood and all the objectives in all the other regions of the game, we can't complete it because it just will not recognize that we have it already. So that's kind of a real downer. So the only alternative for that is to do a new playthrough and just focus on getting all the NCPD scanner hustles for the second time in gigs in Haywood. And those trophies are a little bit buggy in of themselves because they have like objectives that are outside of those districts, so they're very confusing to get. I think all these higher level trophies, these more rare trophies or achievements are relatively hard, right? So frequent flyer, that was actually the last one I got besides the endings, not including Haywood, and then rough landing. The Berserk superhero landing is totally like a useless part of the game. Nobody uses it. It doesn't do very much damage. I would make a video on it, and I may still, but it's just those trophy explanation videos don't do very well. I know Power Picks and everything come out with those things, but they don't really explain a lot, especially if there's bugs within them. Gunslinger shoot an enemy grenade midair with a revolver. I should make that video. I don't know if I did. I should make that one. That is actually fairly tricky. So yeah, I probably will do that one. So I did the devil ending. That's where you side with Arasaka. That's relatively rare. V for Vendetta, the second heart, you have to spec 16 into body for that. So at the end of the game, I was trying to decide how I was going to spec out my character, and basically the V for Vendetta trophy had me spec 18 into body. You need a minimum of 16, but I was thinking of, well, am I going to get to 20 in reflexes? And I decided against it, no, because I needed to put the points in body at the end. It was lucky that I found that. And then 10 out of 10, reached the max level in any skill. Got that really early with crafting. Okay, and now you have all the... And you see Mean Streets is the one that's bugged for me. Yeah, it's just a real shame. The game should recognize, if you have picked up the objectives, the game should recognize that you picked up that objective as soon as you get into Act 2. The fact that it doesn't is a flaw in the programming. It is a bug. It is something that CD Projekt should fix, but I don't think they will fix. They say that they're done with bug fixing. I probably had about 12 crashes on the PS5, and I had maybe 2 on the my 2080 laptop, or the 2060 laptop. So I had a much better experience between patch 1.2 and 1.3 in terms of just gameplay-wise and performance-wise on the 2060 laptop with like an 8-core processor. Versus, and it wasn't like Zen 3, it was like a Zen 2 processor, laptop processor. and then on the PS5. And so I think in terms of the console, they've not fully fixed it, right? It's still a better experience on PC. The detonate grenade is fairly easy if you do a lot of quick hacking. That's just one thing, and you just keep on doing that, and you'll get that. Santo Domingo. So like Santo Domingo and Watson, like Watson, you have to complete an objective in Santo Domingo, and then it's elementary, city lights, city center. So I think for Haywood, you have to complete one objective in the city center. Which is confusing. So I think this one, hidden one right here is probably Temperance. That's what we're going to go for here and get it really quickly, because we have a save right before we make the Temperance decision. That just gives Johnny the body, but you have to play his quests after that. Must be rats. I did not get that until the very end, and I ended up spamming that in one of the later missions just to get that, even though I was doing a quick hacking build for most of the game, which is kind of really weird. 2 heads, 1 bullet. That was really tricky. So I've kind of come across 3 videos that I want to make about the trophies that are really tricky. 2 heads with 1 bullet should be easy, except you have to use a tech rifle, and it has a tech sniper rifle. There are power sniper rifles and tech sniper rifles, and you have to use the tech sniper rifle such that you charge it. That is, you hold down the button, right? I never even done the charging with the tech weapons, but I crafted all kinds of different rifles to see which one worked, and finally I was able, but nobody tells you this, right? That you have to fully charge, because if you don't have a fully charged tech sniper rifle, then the bullet will take out one of the enemy's heads, and that's it. It stops there. So that head explodes, and then the other one just has blood on it, right? And it's a grisly business, right? Doing this, and you can actually, the easiest way to do this is incapacitate the enemies, right? So you incapacitate the gangsters, so you just lay them on the ground and just line them up with the sniper rifle, so you make sure that there's no way you can miss that shot, right? And you don't have to wait for it. You can keep on reloading it. It would not work unless you have a fully charged tech sniper rifle. Okay, so we did the sun ending just last night, and then you have to do so to get all the endings. Carrie's storyline does not give you any endings, although it allows you to call him, and he's actually pretty nice if you romance Carrie. I thought he would be a jerk at the endings, but he was actually pretty nice if you romance him and you do his storyline. I don't know. He's probably also pretty nice if you... it is different. So I did a male V here and a female V before in my first playthrough, right? And so Judy acts a lot different if you do her storyline, but you can't romance her because you're a male character. Your V is a male character, so she's kind of like a friend, but not super supportive. Hey, Thomas Lear. It says, wow, Raptor Lake with the 4090, quite impressive. I remember you had a pre-built PC. Did you assemble this PC yourself? Okay, so I went through that earlier. Thomas, we're just going through the parts. We got the case, we got the motherboard, we got the power supply. We're waiting on the 13900K. That doesn't launch until the 20th. So they had the pre-orders, but the actual day that you can buy it, that you can actually physically have it, unless you're a reviewer, and I'm not a reviewer, would be the 20th of October. 4090, I went through all the issues with the the retailers on the 4090. So you can go back to that part earlier on the video. So we're going through the trophies here. Breathtaking. Collect all items that once belonged to Johnny Silverhand. So you got to make sure that you get his Porsche. You have to go down the chipping in storing line, I think. This one right here, that's the other one. This should be the star trophy. This is the most popular ending. This is the best ending. This is where you do the Aldecados ending. And you have to complete Pan Am's storyline to do it. I'm gonna go get some water. I'll be right back. Okay. I actually had some coffee left, so I'll drink the coffee before I get some water. Okay, so that's... I don't think there's a lot of really interesting ones. There's this complete the Cyber Psychos, complete River Ward storyline. River Ward, really, I always thought he was a jerk when we romanced him. He's really a jerk when when V goes down his storyline. Full body conversion, so put on all the cyberware on all different things. Bushido and Chill, you watch the movie with Rogue, you do her storyline, and complete the main storyline. Gung Fu's pretty easy if you use the Sandevistan. Max Street Cred, you should do that relatively easily. Kill 300 enemies, easy. Complete Pan Am Palmer storyline. There's a lot of quests there. You just need to side with her and do everything. All the crazy stuff she asked you to do it. That's just basically the thing for CD Projekt Red games. You have to do all the crazy stuff your friends want you to do. Side with them at all times. And then talk with Hanako. So that's like a... That's unmissable. That's a story quest. Breach Protocol with 3 demons uploaded. I guess that is possibly missable. There's a lot of Breach Protocol terminals, though. Find Alt Cunningham. If you fail a Breach Protocol that you get 0 out of 3, you can redo it. So sometimes it's better to, if you're really going for the 3 and that's all you care about, if you think you're going to fail one, if you fail one, you just want to fail them all, and then you get to do it again. Then find Alt Cunningham, interrogate Anders Hellman. Those are all mainline thing. It's missable, the Stanislavski method, right? Right back at you. Kill our anticipated enemy who threw a grenade at you. Yeah, seems like that's pretty easy. And then steal the relic, that's you get into Act 2 and the full complete the prologue. So 72% have completed the prologue, 50% made it to Act 2, and then 20% have completed the main quest. So they've gone down one. They've gone down one of the endings. All right, so let's go and play the game. All right, I'm going to move. So there will be spoilers here if you don't want to see the Temperance ending down Rogue storyline. You want to leave now. The early part we talk about the PC build. And now we're just going to do the gameplay. We'll answer your questions along the way. But there will be spoilers if you're worried about story spoilers for Cyberpunk 2077. I think it's really interesting that they've showcased Cyberpunk so much with the RTX 4090 launch. But it's not really surprising. Okay, so they've loaded us into the sun ending here. We don't want to do that. I thought the sun ending was a little weird, to be honest. It was kind of like they were very much going on how conceited V was, and that I didn't think there was any build up to that. You know. I don't really get that. Alright, we want to do... this manual save here, I think. Hopefully this will work and we don't have to go like way back. I found that the game, if you like save right before you talk to Misty. Okay, so this is good. Alright, so what we want to do is we're going to go into cyberspace and we're going to make sure Johnny exits. Because we want to have the Temperance ending. So you can do Temperance either with Pan Am's storyline, or you can do it with Rogue's ending. You just have to have Johnny walk out of the cyberspace. So V becomes an engram, and okay, jack in. So this is Mikoshi. We've already killed Atom Smasher. Okay, so you think you kind of bugged out here, but this is just kind of a visual sequence. You got the cats. All right, now we're in the gray.
Out of nature I shall never take my bodily form from any natural thing, but such a form as Grecian goldsmiths make, of hammered gold and gold enameling, to keep a drowsy emperor awake, or set upon a golden bough to sing to lords and ladies of Byzantium, of what is past, or passing, or to come.
Okay, so that's all. I want to say it's like Coleridge or something, but it's probably one of the contemporaries of Coleridge, not him. Maybe Wordsworth. You guys can tell me in the comments which poem that is and who is the author. Okay, so we're as Johnny, so that we're meeting V.
Looks like I was right again. Told you I'd handle it.
Good to see you too, John.
You see any of what went down?
Nope. That's probably for the best.
Yeah, so it was kind of... I'm choosing all the jerk lines here. Or all the lines I didn't use the last time. Miss my greatest of performance.
Shame you couldn't watch. It was my magnum opus. You'd have loved it.
Mean yours and Rogue's, don't you?
Rogue's dead.
I'm sorry. Friend, things are pretty fucked for me too. Alt's hitting me with Soul Killer. My nerves are in shreds.
Alt? Gonna show yourself? Say hi, maybe?
I'm an engram now. A construct. Fuck.
Yeah, welcome to the club. Hey, Alt, you here?
Told me she's finishing the checksum. Then she'll copy me back over to my flesh.
So we at the finish line? It's all in Alt's hands now.
No,
What the? Alt?
I made a mistake in excluding the body as a factor. DNA reconfiguration has progressed too far. Added to aggressive, invasive medications, the body's immune system attacking its own neurons.
Spit it out! In human terms!
V will die independent of what I do. This is inevitable. This is imminent.
Check again. If V's engram is damaged, can't you fix him?
Hardware. Therein lies the problem. The organism's neurons have been dying for a time. Any attempt at a procedure upon its brain would result in the latter's death.
You're a fucking genius! Think of something.
Enough, Johnny! Shut up! I need to think.
Gonna be alright, V. We'll think
I
of
said,
something.
give me 1 fucking minute.
Alt, come on. There's gotta be a way out of
The
this.
biochip has irreversibly changed the host organism. It no longer belongs to V, who is an intruder there. The situation is different for you. All changes were made to accommodate you.
Hang on. Telling your ex to kick me out of my own body?
The changes are irreversible. You have nothing left to lose. He has everything to gain. I will not interfere in your personal affairs, but while Johnny has full control, he can do what he wishes.
Okay, so we want to choose Johnny taking the body because that's the trophy we want. I guess I gotta talk to him again. I'm gonna have Johnny
Alt
just
might
be a
have
jerk.
Point. Your luck's run out. Mine hasn't just yet. I just want to discuss our options, calmly. Know what? I couldn't give a pig's prick what you think.
There we go.
I stay, you fuck off. That's the deal.
You lying sack of shit.
What do I do, Alt?
Simply enter the well. V's body will be yours, while V will become a part of me.
You lied to me. From the start.
There we go. We're being bad, Johnny.
Listen, Johnny. I'm glad we met. Got to know each other. And I'm sorry. I don't want to die. Who does? But I just don't see a way out.
These
Real
lines
far
are the
away.
same regardless of
No,
what you do.
Johnny. We won't. We're out of options. And I don't have the strength to keep fighting. Just promise me one thing, asshole. You won't forget me.
I don't think I had a choice there after I said, you know what, I'm going to do it. Now, if you talk it out with them and say you're not gonna, you still get that. You get a choice when you get to the light. Did something go wrong here? This should be in. This should be in Johnny. This is the sun ending.
What? Couldn't wait for me?
I didn't want to wake you.
Okay, I did something wrong.
Fuck.
I don't want to do this unending again. Because it should be in Johnny's tent, right? This is really frustrating. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I guess my whole take it, like, having... I kind of, when I was not doing the platinum, I was like, didn't even really want to do the other endings. And I really found the stories kind of...
Is everything alright?
Okay, we skip ahead. We'll just see if we can get... If we stop talking to Pan Am, we get Johnny's storyline. I think for some reason it gave me the sun ending. we'll reload. Darn it. I don't know how they gave me this unending there. I didn't make any choices to. I don't know. There are some very frustrating aspects of this game. One of the reasons why I did a new playthrough was because all the changes they made in the game made it really hard to pick up my old playthrough, because they changed all the specs, they changed all the perks, they changed what I could wear and what I couldn't wear. So like my whole build, I would have to redo my build, my things, and I was just not even familiar with the game after like a year later of playing it, right? I think I played it in 2021, March, April, and then to come back to it after 1.5, it was just like, it was unplayable for someone that had not been playing it constantly with a level 50 character, because you had to really just start all over. You had to just like start from scratch, and you thought you could just like play the endings or something like that, but you couldn't. And so that was one of the reasons why I used I got one of the $10 copies for the PlayStation and the Xbox Series X, or the Xbox, and played the PlayStation copy, just start a new playthrough, right? And it shouldn't be like that, but you know, CD Projekt does a lot of really dumb things that alienate their current player base. You know, I think, you know, they've had this tremendous success from the Edge Runners TV show, so a lot of new players came in to play it, and from a new player perspective, it's fine, game's fine. From an existing player, it's like, it's really frustrating if you've not been like just following every different thing. Yeah, I can't even fast forward. Okay.
Once out of nature, I shall never take my bodily form from any natural thing. But such a form as Grecian goldsmiths make, of hammered gold and gold enameling, to keep a drowsy emperor awake, or set upon a golden bough to sing to lords and ladies of Byzantium of what is past or passing or to come.
Okay, we'll do all the different dialogues now.
Hey, V. Happy to... You know, Sokka planted a fucking jungle on the top floors of its HQ. Had to hack my way through it with a machete to get you.
Johnny, been waiting here Let me add that to my to-do list for my next life. Right now?
You'll be all right. I mean, look, you made it this far.
Awareness of what's happening right now. That just raunches. Like, Alt neatly packed me into an engram. Couldn't even tell when. Or how.
So what do you think?
first, the phantom pain. Jesus. Felt like my whole body was on. Guess Alt's gonna start moving this digital psyche I am back into my flesh, but got no idea if I'll survive or what I'll be if I do.
Soul killer, we can't feel it doing its thing. How come? We should be pissing our panties in pain right now.
Digital analgesia, or data streams. Certain sensations, inputs can be blocked.
So we at the finish line? It's all in Alt's hands now?
No,
What the? Alt?
I made a mistake.
Fuck.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
What the hell?
Thomas
what now?
Lear. I got
Okay,
a custom built a Micro Center
let me think.
3090 Founders Edition terabyte Samsung 980 Pro, 128 gigabytes, been over $5,000. My PC weighs over 90. Lockup PC power, tower Corsair 10,000. Yeah. Well, it sounds like you have a pretty nice rig, Thomas. I think you probably want to skip a generation before you
Alt, come on.
upgrade, but it's always up
There's
to
gotta
you.
be a way out of
The
this.
biochip has irreversibly
That's
changed the
the-
host organism. It no longer belongs to
Conceivably, you
V,
could change
who is an intruder there.
the
The situation
GPU
is
pretty
different for
easily.
you. All changes were made to accommodate you.
Hang on. Telling me
Changing the
that
CPU would
me
be
out of my own
problematic.
body?
The changes are irreversible. You have nothing left to lose. He has everything to gain. I will not interfere in your personal affairs, but while Johnny has full control,
Okay. Alright, we gotta go back and talk to them.
Alt, give us a
What the hell for? So he can trick me into agreeing? Giving you a free pass, even though you can already do what you want with my body?
Let's just think a sec about what to do. Yeah, I wouldn't mind hanging around a while longer.
Johnny. My friend.
What do I do, Alt?
simply enter the well. You will be reborn in V's body, while V becomes a part of me.
Listen, Johnny. I'm glad we met. Got to know each other. And I'm sorry. I don't want to die.
Enter the well.
Who does?
In their body.
But I just don't see a way out.
This is the well? Oh, I walked to the wrong place. Oh,
Remember
man.
what I told you when we talked at the Pista Sophia?
Yeah, said you'd take a bullet for me.
Yeah. And I haven't changed my mind. But this bullet's aimed my way. So I just gotta make sure I don't drag you down into the grave with me.
Oh, here's a new dialogue. Enter the well. Okay, so that's the well. Okay, good to know.
Johnny,
Don't make this any harder, eh? Just don't forget I came around.
Okay, so this is definitely the Temperance ending. We just need to get...
Fuck. Don't think I'll ever get used to this. Shit, got a pack too. And I gotta stop talking to you, V. We lost everything. Got a bit of time. Think I'll manage to swing by and visit you two. Not much, but I'm all right with that.
Let's see if we have the inventory. What's in the backpack? Nothing. Okay, so it wiped out everything, although we still have our money. Okay, pick up Rogue's gun.
Best not leave this lying around. Gonna need a ride. Steve. Gotta talk to Steve.
Okay.
Who is it? What do you want?
It's Richard Knight. I built this fucking city. Open up.
Hey!
Hey, guy.
What's up, Chum? Cause I got that new album from Curse These Metal Hands. First 4 tracks? Preen, genius.
Bet you didn't get that shiner all by yourself. Old man.
Yeah, forgot to wake him up. He was late getting to work. I mean, guess I kinda deserved it.
You forgot it happens. No reason to hit you.
What about you? What's up?
Been practicing those chord progressions.
Yeah, but I keep botching them. Doubt I'll ever play it smooth.
You know, you don't have to be the next Linda Oz.
I don't?
Nope. Gotta hit the right notes, mostly. But also gotta play from the heart. Folks want feeling in their music, wanted to say something. Couldn't care less about technique.
Been working on another song. Wanna hear it?
Later, maybe. Kinda in a hurry now. Need wheels and a good driver for the day. Couple of things in town I gotta take care of.
No problem. I'll take you. My mom wigs out when I don't tell her I'm leaving. But it's not like she can hear me when I try to warn her. You ready? Hey, so when I play a lot, my fingers hurt. What do I do to stop them?
You don't. Metal strings cut into your fingertips, make them sore. just how it is.
Oh,
Don't worry. Play long enough and you'll get calluses. Start hitting
What do you
those-
think you're doing, you little shit?
going out.
Where?
Just out for a sec. Be back soon.
Back inside now. I'm not about to let you go out, do who knows what, you hear? Fuck's sake, you swipe my keys again? Inside. Now, you shit. The fuck you want? Get your own wheels, deadbeat, and stay the hell away from my boy. Hey, I'm talking to you.
Maybe Steve wouldn't be so eager to ghost out of his home if it wasn't a drunk tank.
You think your place is any better?
I don't got a kid. Keep this shit up. You won't have one either.
Who the hell's that? Who the fuck knows? Another tramp? All look the same to me. Probably
Our place isn't a drunk tank. I actually clean.
Didn't mean how it looks. Just who's in it.
Steve started talking
Hop
to
in.
him. Now he bangs on that damn guitar all night and day.
Better whip that boy in line.
If he doesn't stop, I'll run away.
Couple of years and you can move out. Forget about him. Forgive him even if you find it in you.
Maybe when I grow up, and I'm tough, like you. Where to?
Time machine.
Nice! Saw Carrie Uridine there once.
You a fan?
Of the legend? Course I am. Why? Aren't you?
Carrie's all right.
Heard something on the radio about Carrie using Silverhand's death, riding that to fame.
Can't do much about media vultures. Got shit for brains, especially the ones who cover music. Carrie's a damn good musician. That's all that counts. The real deal, always has been, in every way.
God, makes it sound like you know him.
'Cause I do.
I'm gonna be a musician someday too.
Don't forget, it's not the easiest gig.
Yeah, I know. Gotta work hard, practice.
To start, sure, but it only gets harder after that. The critics, the haters, non-stop pressure, batshit crazy lifestyle. It can chew you up. Gotta start scribing songs then. You'll get good with practice, like anything else worth doing. Sooner you start, the better.
Got a few tunes in my head already.
Preem.
Lyrics don't come easy though. I come up with anything, seems like it's already been done or it just sounds stupid. Kinda don't really know what to write about.
Be honest. Only ever write the truth, especially when it comes to your feelings.
I don't get how I could lie about my feelings.
Don't write love songs if you're not head over heels. Don't write sad sack shit just because you think there's beauty in sadness.
Okay.
When something really hits you in the gut, that's when you sit down and write. Truth's elusive. Sometimes music's the only way to grasp it.
It's actually kind of hard to do playbacks on stream, Thomas. I'm not a very good streamer. This is also my second playthrough. I really don't do streaming as kind of like a content thing. It's more to communicate with people who've been following me on Twitter or who've been following my videos, so they can do kind of Q&As. Not really, I don't really do Let's Plays that much. Just do stuff on the weekends, depending on what I'm playing. I don't think there's a lot of demand out there for just straight Let's Plays or streaming or walkthroughs. There's a lot of supply, and so you have to be relatively good to get that, to win that audience.
We have arrived.
Preem, hang here a minute.
I mostly do tips and tricks videos.
Flip through the new release.
Money glitches, exploit glitches, farming, that type of stuff. I used to do the crafting glitch over here.
Looking for a 6-string electric.
Probably nothing new, but we'll see.
Feast your eyes.
I want something solid and true.
What, and they're not?
Sheet clunker is made out of shit plywood that itself was made out of unseasoned veneers.
Still playable. Just gotta know how.
No offense, but I'm looking for a real instrument. And willing to pay real money.
Oh, should have said so. Come on, let's go out back.
She's got the same
I'm coming
voice as
too.
Judy. It's the same
Might
voice
learn
actor.
How's this?
Whoa!
To the
Fucking
right
awesome.
and left, the latest chromatics and Hendersons. Vintage axes in the back.
May I?
Of course, strum away.
Best day ever.
I'ma let you two play around in here alone. Else those savages out front will clean out half the store.
Never ever heard anyone play Silverhand like that. You know, I read he never took any lessons. Chum was totally self-taught, made up his own style. How do you do that? I mean, sound just like him.
Good ear, kid. No one can imitate Silverhand's style.
But you did. I just heard you.
Obviously got a bit of him in me. Or a lot. Maybe I am Johnny.
But how? Johnny'd be like 80 million years old, and you're like way too young.
Yeah, it's hard to explain.
Ha! Yeah, right, Chum. Better try a little harder next time. Still haven't explained how you do it.
Don't worry about that. Just come up with your own style, and all you need for that is practice.
And talent.
Talent you got.
Really? You think so?
I'm glad the audio is good today. You know, sometimes the PS5 starts running and then it's pretty bad. And also if there's violin practice going on, or if my dog is howling, then it's not so great. I use this Samsung G-Track Pro, which is really good as long as there's not background noise. It's a really good mic. But I have several videos, Thomas, about how to stream the PS5. It's actually fairly complicated to stream the PS5. And so this is PS5 gameplay. So I'd recommend checking that out so you could get the audio for the PS5 right.
I just don't say things I don't think are true. Not anymore.
Best day ever. Fuck! My hands are shaking. Rockers are rebels. They always speak their minds. Tried once with my dad, you know. Didn't go so well.
In time, you'll learn who you really are, what you really want from the world.
I don't understand.
Want to be a real rebel, gotta be yourself first. Be authentic. Rebels are made, not born. Made from the punches life throws at them. The punches they take.
You know, you're weird. But I like you anyway.
Let's pay. Delta out of here.
And?
I'll take it.
Excellent choice. Glad to see she'll be in good hands. Help you with anything else?
No thanks.
I mean, that's cheap.
Here you go. See ya. Let's Delta. Still got some biz to take care of.
All right.
Oh, there's actually a parking space. I never noticed there were parking space.
All right. Let's roll.
Sure thing. Where to?
The cemetery.
You got it.
That was perilous future for you this fine afternoon. And speaking of perilous times, this just in. Arasaka Corp has broken off negotiations with rival Militech. That's right, boys and girls, we have it from anonymous sources that Yorinobu Arasaka said today, and I quote, "All possible peaceful means of resolving the conflict have been exhausted." Now, if you've been tuning in on the regular, and I'm sure you have, you're sure to remember that...
Oh, same. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I've enjoyed my second playthrough too.
Arasaka Tower a few months back. Oh, it was just like back in Silverhand's day. Arasaka got hit financially on that. Yes, it did. Still, that was nothing compared to the PR lambasting Secure Your Soul took. They turned that program into a scandal smorgasbord. You remember all that now, don't you? Oh, court faced some nasty accusations. Psyche abduction, torture of human engrams. Most tasteless of all, though. Plain God. So what do we make of this tussle with Militech that can always turn hot? Experts are calling it a smokescreen to take the edge off Arasaka's true trust. How do you like that? Think the Japanese Kyojin can survive this bout?
My dad says there's gonna be another Cope War. Liable to jump at each other's throats any day now. Think it's true? Think there'll be another war?
Asking the wrong guy. Got no interest in the topic. Couldn't care less, to be honest. Know why?
Why?
'Cause I realized I don't have to.
Got a friend who lives around here.
Where?
Can't see it from here. Just saying.
He a good friend of yours?
Invited me over to his house once. His mom made lunch. Then we went and hung out on the bridge. I like driving through here. It's nice.
You know what? You're right. It is nice out here.
Never been out this way?
No, I have. Just never noticed. Never had time to just sit down and watch. City slipped through my fingers. Just sped right by. Passed underfoot, overhead, and I can't even say when it happened.
Gonna write a song about it?
Maybe.
Whoa! I didn't know you had a gun. Hella preem. My dad used to sell ones like those. You gonna shoot someone?
No, it's just a keepsake.
Belonged to someone important, right?
Important doesn't even come close.
What are you gonna do with it?
Put it back where it belongs.
Can I come with?
Now wait here, okay? Won't be long.
Okay.
The Nishi order. Okay, so we just walk in. Okay.
Rogue. Can't believe it turned out this way. I shouldn't have dragged you into this. I'm sorry.
So I guess the Johnny ending is different if you do it with Pan Am or on Pan Am's track or Rogue's track. So we did Rogue's ending. So this is obviously a mission you would not have in Pan Am's ending.
Thanks for... Well, for everything.
But that V
I'm
memorial
wiser
is
now.
probably there, so maybe...
And I don't plan to waste it. So this is goodbye.
So maybe they just add that little Rogue memento to this if you do the Pan Am. I've not done Temperance with Pan Am. Side of the car.
Where to now?
Hey, what's this?
Want one?
Gave all that up. So should you. Bad for your body. Bad for your soul.
Where to now?
I got a bus to catch.
The person you just, visited, he died a while ago?
Not that long ago.
You miss him?
A little, yeah.
When my grandpa died, I missed him a lot. But now I only miss him sometimes.
Man, we lost all the cyberware implants. How did that happen?
Stop the bus! Hey! Get off! Wait! The guitar! You forgot your guitar!
No, I didn't. Haven't forgotten a thing. Never will.
Well, I gotta say, I like Temperance better than the Sun. The Sun was kind of annoying. I don't know why it was so annoying. It was kind of really unlike the Sun ending. I just don't... I thought it was uncharacteristic, just seemed fine.
Hey, V, I know you're a free
So there you
bird
go,
and all.
there's the
You're gonna
trophy.
do what you want when you want. But you could at least let me know you're alive, you know? I don't want to say anything, but you missed your last checkup. And like I told you a million times, just call when you can, okay? See ya.
So that's a little bit different. I think maybe all these calls will be a bit different.
Déjate de pendejadas. Straight to voicemail again? What's going on with you, eh? Lose your tongue or what? Ah, sí, claro. Bueno, I wanted to tell you I'm cooking a supper on Sunday for Jackie's birthday. Ollie's favorite food. Chilaquiles, tamales. If I could get some real corn, maybe even elote. It'd be nice if you could come over. Think about it. Cuídate, amorcito. Take care, love.
Hey, V! Long time no see. Let me guess, you still the top of your game in all of Night City? Yeah, I left all that.
Okay, this is just like the Sun, I think.
I guess I'm just calling to say thanks. For everything. Wasn't until I'd left everything behind that I realized how depressed I was for all that time. Take it from me, V. If you ever get the chance, just leave. Leave and don't look back. The weight it takes off your shoulders, I can't even describe it. All right, enough lecturing. Take it easy, man.
Really? You're just gonna avoid me? Of course you would, you fucking coward. Here's a bit of advice for you, Johnny. Enjoy your new lease on life, because it's not gonna last long. I'm serious. Believe me when I say I'm going to find you, you fucking psychopath. Wherever you're hiding. And when I do, I'm gonna rip V out of your head. Don't ask me how, but so far I'm counting on sheer will. You know what you are, Johnny? A parasite. A fucking tapeworm. You hear me? Enjoy the little time you have left.
Hello, V. Saul speaking. Heard about something big happening in Night City, with a certain V in the lead role.
So Pan Am's definitely different.
Don't know what you plan to do now.
Than the Sun ending.
But just remember, we always take care of our own. And, you're one of us now, V.
Saul is
you're
the same.
Caldo. Remember that.
As basically all the endings, I think.
Take care of yourself, V. And see you around.
I mean, for the devil, I didn't play
Hey,
where
hey,
he became
can
an
you hear me?
engram.
Shit, is this thing recording? Okay, well, all of us have been wondering when you're finally gonna drop by. We can get a barbecue going, knock a few back,
Saul and Mitch are
do
the
a couple
same
of races,
as all the endings,
or
I think.
pay a friendly visit to the Raff and Shiv. Guess what I'm trying to say is, well, Badlands could use a badass like you, V. Don't know what you got on your plate right now, but remember, you're welcome out here anytime. All right, now, take care.
Hey, V, so funny thing just said. Oh, fuck's sake, voicemail again. Do you ever answer the phone? Like ever? Seriously, I can get through to data term customer service faster than you. What did I even... Oh, yeah.
This is,
You know that Us Cracks agent called me?
just like the Sun
Asked if I
ending,
would go
although
on tour
it
with
differs if you do like the
At
devil.
first, I was like, over my dead fucking body. But then I thought, hey, wait. I could actually be fun. So, who knows? Well, there's the latest gossip for you, if you care. Call me back when you can, okay? Peace out.
B, hey. So, here's the thing. A couple fellas from the 5th Precinct busted a shop selling illegal
River's
iron.
an idiot.
Sawed-offs.
Every time.
Stun guns, mustard gas canisters. Orders from on up were to blow it all to the
I think
ground.
we get Misty at the end,
Then
maybe?
I thought, maybe there's a better way to use all this stuff for a good cause. I still remember what you did for us. For me and Randy. The city needs more people like you. And I'm gonna make sure they're equipped. This one's on me, V. See you around.
Before samurai committed to seppuku,
This is really funny. I don't remember this from my first one.
it contained their final thoughts about life, about death. I have read many of them of late. Some are truly works of beauty. Yet, I am not a samurai, so I bid you farewell with simple words. Rot in hell. Xero.
So, I guess you won't get that unless you've saved Takamura
Hey, sorry to bother you. I know you're a busy man and everything.
when he kidnaps,
Well, I was wondering
the
how you were
Arasaka
doing, so
heiress.
I laid out a quick tarot and... Oh dear. The Hanged Man, the Magician, the Star. Those are not good cards, V. They're really bad. There's something like death, but not quite. Take care of yourself, okay? I hope to hear from you soon.
So her tarot reading is very different in the Sun ending. Her tarot is like everything's great. Okay, alright, we'll stop the stream with the Temperance ending. Maybe we'll do the Star ending today or tomorrow on a stream and do another QA. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, follow at Linus Wilson on Twitter if you need some consoles or some computer hardware. Bye.